if I was running for the Irish presidency, I'd say, listen, guys, to be totally frank, you don't deserve me. So if you don't want to elect me, no problem. More fool you. This is my opening monologue, probably on prime time. I'm like one of the most honest people you'll ever meet. I cannot tell a lie if you fucking pay me. And I'd prefer to die than betray somebody. I want the check. I want the few $100,000 a year. And I want to live in a nice house in the Phoenix Park. And I'm going to try my best. And by the way, this job isn't that important. So if I don't do a good job, nobody's going to notice. But don't expect me to stand in a fucking schoolyard and do keepy uppies. I'm a grown man. Do you realise how emasculating that is? I got the ick looking at Catherine Connolly doing that. Because she looks so old facially. And yet, like, body-wise, she was so limber. I thought, there's no way this is an AI. There's no way. But that's what I'd say. I'd say, listen, guys, I'm like the realest person in the country. But I'm not going to fucking stand there. And if you come up to me and say how hard it is that you're a student and you have to defer your fucking year of college and your mom had it so much easier, that I'm going to not tell you to get a fucking job.
Put it to you this way, I was born in '05. My mother was a single mother and she was able to make it making rent, childcare at 20 years old. I'm 20 now and I'm waiting to finish my bachelor's, and because the accounts gone so bad, I have had to defer the year. Oh no. So for me, a vote for Catherine is a vote for change, and it's to stand up to everyone in the government and say that we're not going to take that anymore. We're completely and utterly sick of it. The students are completely sick of it, and it's not good enough. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, get a fucking job then. Yeah, I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to be your mammy. And then you say, I have a job. Get 2 jobs. I have 2 jobs. I still can't afford life here. Get 3 jobs. I have 3 jobs. Get 4 jobs. Like, I can do this all day. I have 4 jobs. Get 5 jobs. You know, I can do it all day fucking long, and I will if elected. So Jim Gavin has to drop out of the presidential race because he owed somebody $3,500 from 15 years ago. And it's a real condemnation of how naive the Irish people are. We should be doing cartwheels in across the fields if our elected officials aren't selling children as sex slaves to foreign dignitaries. $3,500 is nothing to worry about. Oh, sorry, never mind. Here's the $3,500. That's how that should have been handled. But no, the Irish people we are good people. We cannot have somebody who owes $3,500 from 15 years ago representing us. We're good people. But in another way, I enjoy the schadenfreude of seeing somebody like Jim Gavin fall. Jim Gavin is like Ga royalty. And if you're Ga royalty in Ireland, like, everybody sucks your farts. And I've always felt misunderstood and like alienated. So it's like I'm the Joker and Jim Gavin is Murray. Like, like, I'm not going to commit violence on the guy. But it's like, he's probably like everything I wish I was. But because I'm not it, I hate him now. So it's good to see him fall. I'm not going to vote in the election, and the reason why is because everybody else is going to vote in the election, and they're going to outvote me. So I was looking at Jeremy Dixon and Adrian Kennedy's promo video for their podcast, and Jeremy says,
guys, we're absolutely livid after what just happened on today's podcast. Garode.
Yeah, you're still not over it, are you?
So we're having a conversation, talking to a mother who allows her 6-year-old son in the shower with her and sees nothing wrong with it. And then a brain-dead moron by the name of Garode gets in contact with us, and wait till you hear what he's after accusing us of. Anyway, if you want to hear today's podcast, you know what to do. Type F in the comments below and you will get a notification when the podcast goes live.
If you want to be personally sent this episode, type F in the comments. I looked at the comments and everybody typed yes. They made a mistake. Everybody did. They could not pass what I would consider a very basic cognitive test. And I don't think people like that should be able to vote. Because they're not thinking. So it's like, they're not thinking. So why should the people who don't think have the right to have a say? I'm not running some anti-democracy propaganda here. This actually happened. I would love if we could get rid of the faux moral standards. I would love if we could bring back smoking in pubs. I would love if we could bring back drink driving. I think a lot of the stuff we've done in our lives have been done with good intentions, but a lot of them have done actually in the end more harm than good. You look at a scene like Lost in Translation, Bill Murray meets Scarlett Johansson. What are they doing? They're in the bar. What's Bill Murray doing? He's smoking a cig. He's smoking a cigar. How does that make him look? It makes him look cool. Why does she approach him? She approaches him because he looks cool. There's a sexuality. It's James Dean. It's Marlboro Reds. It's blue jeans. What kind of country makes people stand outside in the cold, in the rain, and in the wind? Their ancestors having inhabited this isle for 1,000 years, and they've to stand out there in those conditions just to smoke a cigarette. It's fucking terrible. Drink driving was great because it gave men permission to go out and try to achieve the impossible. Joe Brawley basically accuses somebody of sucking cock. Who knows who it was?
You have shot of yourself, doing the reverse cowgirl in public upstairs in a public bar in Dublin. You see, and then showing it to her. See, and that's very because you got this what do you think you would bring to the presidency of Ireland? Well, I think I would unite all the people of Ireland, up north and south, and I would campaign for world peace.
Who knows the context? The app is now deleted. That is an accusation that our ancestors took for granted as their right to make to any man they wanted to degrade. Joe Brawley does it, and now he's been hounded. He's been hounded by the right-wing media, gript.ie. Tupac said, trust nobody. Tupac was right about that. John McGurk and Gript going, if he was my employee, I'd fucking sack him. Yeah, let's make it legal again to be able to have a job and also have fun. You need to be a fucking business owner to have fun now. You said sucking cock. Misogynistic comment. And Mary Lou is like, bitch, I worked my cunt off to get here. Shut up. Get to work. Mary Lou can't say it. Mandatory lie detector tests for everybody in the country, administered by me, live on TV. I ask everybody whatever I want to ask them. Simon Harris, how many times do you wank a day? Mary Lou, show us a photo of the last poo you took. Leo Varadkar, have you ever said the N-word? And so let's just all admit that we're human beings. We do terrible things. We try our best, and we're all just trying to survive. And let's have a more honest dialogue. I don't know anything about Heather Humphries. Heather Humphries, she sounds like fucking a character of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Violetta, your man Augustus Glumph. It's like Heather Humphries. Are you kidding me?
I encourage you to try your best to look within and to ask yourself, who am I? That is the only thing that will save you. No politician, whether it be Heather, Humphries, or Adolf Hitler, is going to save you. Thanks for watching this week. I'll see you later.